The animated GIF you see is what I'll refer to as the product-led growth flywheel. Should make perfect sense to everyone. Right now, we're putting a lot of effort into getting people into kind of this top area. If they don't know about us, we are trying to make them aware of us so they'll come on board, start evaluating, maybe try us out, and continue on their merry way there, hopefully become powerful advocates for us. One of the risks that we have is people dropping out of the wheel and not knowing why. If potential users, potential customers are more likely than ever to ditch us because of a bad experience, how do we keep this flywheel turning? Well, one of the more obvious ways is to gather user feedback, right? How do we gauge how our product's doing? How do we discover where we're falling short? How do we discover where people are leaving this path? And how do we give them the opportunity to tell us what's wrong before they do that? In addition to software product that we're building, we are also building a lot of content and a lot of documentation. Documentation is certainly a product. So I'm looking at ways right now as I start to build out the browZer documentation for easy ways, frictionless ways, if you will, for people to tell us whether what they're seeing on the page is helpful or not. Most of you are probably familiar with Google Analytics and what that is, how it works, what kind of insights you can leverage from that particular analytics platform. But what if we had the opportunity not just to watch people surf from page to page, but while they're on the page, interact with it, and then have that page send data back to an analytics platform that we could use to analyze the data and gain insights? I'm going to bring up the new browZer documentation site that I'm building. This is out there at the URL that you can see. We have still not decided whether we're going to host this on its own domain or blend it with the rest of the docs. So bear with this temporary name. But what I wanted to show you was we can go into just a new page, and I've changed the Docusaurus infrastructure that backs this site to have something new, which is this business down here. Was this page helpful? And as you go from page to page, the theme actually has it everywhere. In addition to that, there's the opportunity for people to click this button. It'll bring them to the GitHub repository that hosts that where this documentation lives, and allow them to make pull requests if there's typos or whatnot. But this indicator right here is really what I wanted to show you. It's not going to Google Analytics. I have some new infrastructure baked into this Docusaurus platform that is the browZer documentation site. I have it going from wherever the client is to Segment in the cloud, and I have Segment then propagating things to PostHog. So both of these are running in the cloud right now. They're both free. PostHog is one of my favorite open source projects. It's all about analytics. And what I'm doing right now on this particular live events page is just waiting for things to come in. It does monitor page views as well. So if I just, I'm going to go case studies. This is, again, just a lorem ipsum. There, you can see I just hit the case studies page. In addition to page views, let's demonstrate this. So if I wanted to say that this page was helpful, I could click the yes. It says, thank you very much. And then the user, proceeds on from, wherever they want to go next. Meanwhile, the analytics platform is collecting that data, and you should see, bingo, a browZer doc feedback event come in. And if I was to crack this open and look at the raw JSON, you could see that, some user who happens to be sitting in Edwards, Colorado, said that the case studies page was indeed helpful. Now this is the raw data. I have some insights, mechanisms that PostHog has available, and I've dropped one of those on this dashboard. So just watch for this to update. And right now there was the one I did previously to this. If I click refresh, Now there are 2. If I was to go back to this site, go to, say, the roadmap and say, well, the roadmap is empty, so no, that's not helpful at all. I can click no. Thank you very much. Go back here. Wait a few seconds. And now you can see that we have a couple of positives and 1 negative. There's all kinds of different ways that I can slice and dice this. I'm just kind of learning my way around, the UI and how we can render things here in PostHog, but I think you get the idea. We now have the opportunity, once we start shipping the documentation this way, for people to very, very easily tell us which pages are working for them and which ones are not. And if we start seeing trends on certain pages, we can then take corrective action. PostHog's awesome. There's all kinds of different cohort analytics and everything else that you can imagine in here. So I'll probably do more videos or more talks in case people are interested when the time comes. But I just wanted to mention that this is now baked into the browSer documentation site that's backed by Docusaurus, and we can move that the technique around to other places if and when we want to. Thanks for watching. Got any questions, go ahead and reach out, and we'll take it from there. Thanks.